friends. Trying to make sure my internet doesn't go out while we're walking a little bit. So we are going to talk a little bit this morning about movement, but maybe not in the way that you're used to. So here's your host, Tracy Brown, a tune eating expert. So I'm walking around my driveway this morning, just trying to get some movement going. And for my individual clients, a lot of people know that I don't do exercise. And one of my clients actually, in fact, called me the queen of the 5-minute routine. And it's totally a joke because I used to be totally exercise obsessed for years and years. It was like my main way of the sorted stuff. If I had to break it down between food and movement, it was probably that. And why that's so important is because I know a lot of times in eating disorder recovery, people are encouraged not to move because of that obsessiveness. It's like this is energy in our systems that's been thwarted, and when it gets stuck, that's the thwartedness. And so instead of thinking about like, how do I get a good morning, Debbie, and instead of there being a routine that you have to do, why can't it be something like this? If you're struggling, what would happen? Like if you're struggling before a meal, or if to get fully everything in, or to come to the table, or to kind of find where your edge is in fullness, to not feel like, oh, I kind of I overshot my edge and essentially got over full. A lot of times is that we're struggling there in our system to know where our edges are and to know when to complete, or to know how to fully yield. And so sometimes something as simple as like, can you get outside? Honestly, 30 seconds, 1 minute, and just do some bilateral movement of like walking this slow. Or do you need to get on one of those big physio balls and just bounce a little, 30 seconds, and then proceed with your meal, or to tune back in with your hunger, fullness, and how you're doing. Or it could be some simple things like I come outside and lay on the concrete or lay on my floor in my office and just like let something really, really support me. Find something underneath me. And sometimes that's enough movement from where I was into where I need to go to have really accurate signals and to ground myself. And if worst comes to worst, if you try to ground yourself with your weighted blanket, or if you've petted the dog or talked to the cat, or you got outside like this for just, again, 1 minute. I'm making this video short to show you like how quickly sometimes we can ground ourselves. Is that, or go outside and, shoot some hoops. I've done that before in between sessions. I've hit off a softball tee before. Just something to get in our bodies that's not the old way of exercise and movement that maybe has gotten coupled up, and maybe you're not quite ready yet to have any kind of routine that's more in depth than that. When I say routine, it could be just like your, let's say that you like a daily walk, but it's not, you do it and you're still maybe having trouble with like getting it uncoupled yet from trying to change your body. So if you're struggling with like, if every time I move, I could feel myself rev up, to help ourselves get more grounded, but still move some of that adrenaline so we can show up with a little bit more attunement with our true hunger and fullness. So thank you all so much for watching. If you have any questions, please put those below and I will answer them. And if this was helpful, please let other people know about it, because we often think and this happens a lot, right? We get in this all or nothing. Like, well, if I'm not moving 30 minutes and doesn't count, so why try? It's like, it's not really about that. If we're wanting to be embodied with our food and movement, it's really about the intrinsic way that it might help us live more embodied, feel more safe in ourselves, and use it for vitality, or just to enjoy. This is about the only time of day right now where I live where it's like it's tolerable to be outside. So that's why I'm out here and I'm talking to you. So there's some nourishment, there's some connection, and our bodies are wired to move. And if we have some functionality at whatever level that is, let's see if we can give it to ourselves in this very nourishing kind of way. Really pay attention to what shifts in your system. So thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video or post. So take care and have a good one. Bye.